another fight week. Curious about your feelings heading into this one, and how's the vibe of this week?
It's amazing, man. Getting into the UFC was a dream come true, and this is a second dream come true. Fighting in my hometown in the UFC. Last time I fought here, I was on the regional scene. Haven't fought here in God knows how long, and I'm super excited to fight here in the UFC in my hometown.
When these things come across your desk, right, do you actually have to take a moment and be like, I can't believe this is happening, or do you sort of think, no, I always imagined this happening, and now I get to live that dream?
Well, yeah, like when they last came here back in 2017, I was at that event and took a picture and made a little Facebook post and said, next time they come back, I'll have the best seat of the house in the octagon. And, yeah, that's crazy in itself. Well, hold on, what was your question again?
Just curious, like, do you have to, when it finally comes, do you think,
oh, yeah,
this is what I always imagined and I'm glad it's happening, or do you actually have to think, wow, I can't be overwhelmed by this moment?
Yeah, I feel like I knew in my heart whenever they came back here I would be on that card, and then after my last fight, I right away started hearing word that they were coming here, so I got on my manager right off the bat. I didn't think I'd have to do too much to get on this card. I thought I'd be one of the first guys on this card. Ended up being one of the last, but yeah, I was a little stressed for a second. I'm like, are they really not gonna throw me on this card? But yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be on here, and it's it's a dream come true. But at the same time, I'm doing my best to treat it just like any other fight.
Yeah. How many ticket requests have we got from friends and family?
Oh my God, friends and family! I don't even know. I didn't even know I had as many friends and family. Yeah, people I went to high school with, I ain't talked to in 15 years. They're, oh, what's good, bro, and all that. Yeah, crazy.
The balls on these people, huh?
Yeah, man.
You're fighting Alex Caceres. It has banger written all over it, I feel like. Do you feel the same, and do you look at him as a guy like, this is fight of the night potential?
Yeah, 100%. You know, expecting to go to war with Jourdain. That didn't happen. I was surprised. I feel like he kind of accepted the range. He kind of accepted that he couldn't get in on me, but I don't see Caceres doing that. You know, he's a veteran, super experienced. He's a guy that when he's in there, every moment of the fight, he's trying to win. I don't see him accepting anything. I see him, you know, even if he gets in there and feels that it's hard for him to close the distance on me, he's going to keep trying. He's going to keep trying. And I'm going to keep denying him over and over again. He's got a funky and weird style. I got a funky and weird style. So, yeah, I feel like this has no other option but to be an exciting fight.
You mentioned the styles. I feel like when I look at this one on paper, it's going to be almost the battle of the movement, right? Whose footwork's going to out-footwork the other guy. Do you see it the same way? And do you sort of think, hey, there's going to be times in there where we're kind of trying to figure each other's funkiness out?
Yeah, I feel like that's what we're going to do right out the gate. Right out the gate, I feel like we're going to be trying to figure each other out. You know, I admit I probably haven't had any training partners or sparring partners like him, but I know 100% he hasn't had any like me. So yeah, we'll try to read each other, feel each other out. I see, and yeah, I feel like in a weird way we'll probably try to out weird each other, out funky each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And last one for me, you said you made a Facebook post. You finally come here, getting to fight here. What will it mean to have the crowd recognize you as you win this fight?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be hard keeping my emotions under wrap on the walkout and everything, and but you know, I've always not only learned from my mistakes but learned from other people's mistakes, and I feel like my last opponent in his hometown, he kind of let that get to him, and yeah, I've just made it a point this whole camp to not be a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's still I'll for sure have some emotion on the walkout and the whole nine, but I'll keep it under wraps and I'll tighten it up and get it together once I step in that cage for sure. And yeah, getting the victory in my hometown and potentially breaking in the top 15, it would just be like movie-like, amazing.
Enjoy it, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Sean right here.
Yeah, what up?
What do you think the over under on fighters walking out to Nelly is going to be this weekend?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even do Nelly. Like when they asked me, everybody's saying like, I know you walking out to Nelly, but I figured like if I was the first fight on the card or something like that, I would do Nelly for sure. But I'm not finna walk out to a song that's been played 3-4 times, and you know it ain't gonna have the same. So yeah, I didn't even do Nelly this time.
And then I don't know if you saw last weekend, but there was like kind of a moment where you could have had the meme where you pointed at the TV. Anthony Smith got a win, and they almost announced Vitor Petrino as the winner. It was kind of like what happened to you in the Charles Jourdain fight.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's crazy. That happened to me is the only time I've ever seen that happen. So yeah, I didn't even see that.
And then Caceres, he's talked openly about how he doesn't watch MMA outside of his own fights. What do you think about that mindset?
You hear a lot of guys say that. I'm not one of them. I watch everything that has to do with MMA. Yeah, I mean, watching film and taking a little few bits. Yeah, I mean, I watch it all the time. There's two
And then, as far as like stylistically, I just want to say like you get a guy like Diego Lopez, right, that goes in there and he goes for the finish first round, and people automatically gravitate towards him, right? And then you've got a guy like yourself. I think you've got 4 straight. You got 1 draw in there as well. Are you willing to kind of push the pace in the first round to try and get a finish, to try and get that extra little bit of like pop and like engagement from the fans, or would you rather keep your win streak active and like fight your way and kind of just outpoint the guy if necessary? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, winning is the most important for sure. And there's been several matchups where I've been fully expecting and willing to go to war, bite down on the mouthpiece, and fight these dudes. But it's like, um, it's a brutal 7-2. My job to force the action. It's their job to close. Accused of running. Floyd got accused of running. Ali got accused. Roy Jones Jr. At the end of the day, we're locked in a cage, and I can't run too far. I can't scale and climb out of the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm focused on winning fights, stacking them up over and over.
Sweet. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Sean, right here.
Yes. What's up?
So you're not the only fighter from St. Louis on this card, but you are the only fighter that still does their entire training camp in St. Louis and lives here full time. So with the team that you have, you've got Mop and Jordan at Wolves Den, you've got Matt at Project Deliverance, you've got a ton of support from your community here in St. Louis. So with the incredible team and the people that you have around you, how confident do you feel in your ability to compete on a championship level and still stay in St. Louis?
I appreciate you pointing that out. Yeah, I love my team. I love my people. We're all like-minded. We all, a lot of them might not have the name and the recognition that other people have. And we're all disciplined. And, yeah, we're all hungry to get that recognition, to be recognized as a world-class team. And, yeah, that's what we're coming for.
Love it. And kind of piggybacking off of what OG said about, you kind of start off a little bit slower in the first round. And I feel like with your background, you were an amateur boxer before you ever were in the UFC. Do you feel like your style being more boxing heavy is the reason why you kind of, slowly work your way into the fight? And do you feel like we'll see a more evolved version of you in a 5-round fight in the future?
100%. I definitely believe I will shine and thrive in my first.
Awesome. And then last question from me. So obviously there's always conversation about your physique anytime you fight. It seems like that's like the most popular thing people talk about.
For sure.
But you are an anomaly for the division. I mean, you're extremely tall and you have probably the longest reach of anyone at 145. So do you feel like that combined with your boxing experience just really sets you apart from the rest of the division?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said before about I haven't had any training partners to mimic me. I don't think anybody in the world has another bring in to or help them. I feel like I present problems that nobody else presents in the division. I'm different than everybody. I'm built different, move different, I think different, and yeah, I feel like that's what sets me apart from everybody.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Man.
So you were out there with the Cardinals the other day.
Yeah.
When, and with Charles, Terrence, Joaquin. How was that experience?
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was cool. Yeah, it was cool to be brought out on the field like that. Like I said, I was born and raised in St. Louis, been here all my life. I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but I've been to the Busch Stadium a few times. And yeah, they took us like underground and in the behind the scenes stuff, and that was cool. It was cool being out there with Terrence. You know, we're former opponents, and now we're friends and fighting on the same card, and kicking it with him was cool. And the other St. Louis fighters as well. Like, it's, you know, legendary stuff. All three of us being on the card at the same time. It was a great time.
So with the UFC coming to St. Louis, how do you think that affects the like regional scene here?
It'll probably motivate and inspire a lot of people to, you know, just like it did me. Like in 2017 when I came and I was just a fan, my blood was boiling. I was like, man, it really fired me up to train even harder and to just, you know, I saw the light. I saw the pathway. So that'll probably end up doing the same thing for a lot of the other local fighters here.